We just island her because we can get Misfortune close to her level up, but I do feel like she's gonna die before leveling up. I do feel like she's definitely gonna die before leveling up. Hello, Gomez here for the Land Up channel again. Bring you another Ezreal deck, because let's face it, as I did say ages ago that he's my man, that I do like working with. So actually pairing him with Misfortune in a really kind of like Bernie, doing as much damage to your opponent as possible deck. So let's get into it. So the deck is called Rain the Pain. The reason why it's called Rain the Pain is because obviously we're running with Misfortune, so the make it rain, and the pain is coming because of the increased damage. Now allow me to explain that. Basically, because we actually are running Funsmith, because now that she's a bit cheaper, she's a little bit more viable. Bear in mind that when you're running Funsmith, it's making Misfortunes, like even before she levels up, doing 2 damage. It's making Boomtown Rookie do 3 damage into the enemy nexus. It's making Crackshot do 2 damage into the enemy nexus, as well as the fact that that is also buffing the Mystics, Get Excited, Make It Rains, Static Shocks, and all that. So it's actually just like Funsmith in this deck is amazing. Let's quickly go through all the beats. So obviously doing that damage in early, trying to get that damage into your enemy's core. Got a little bit of draw mechanic here, because you know Gomez does live himself a jerry rig and rummage, as well as the fact that once Ezreal's leveled, these just become like nice little spells to be picking off damage. Yet again, if Funsmith's on the board, every single spell that you do on Ezreal's leveled up form is doing 2 damage, because it would normally do 1 damage, but she gets that up to 2 damage. And every damage that you do which is targeting an enemy is actually doing 3 damage. So getting back into this, you got so obviously like a Boomtown Rookie just doing that damage. Little bit of draw with the Croaker. Be careful with this one, because obviously the damage dealt is going to go up to 2 once you get a what's his face, Funsmith on the board. So just be careful with that one. But I just got that in there just for a little bit of draw. Mystic, as I said, which is Ezreal, is what it's all about. Mate, would you get excited? There is obviously some jury rigs in here, but sometimes you can just discard whatever you need to for the purposes. Bearing in mind that's doing 4 damage. When increased by Funsmith. You've got Make It Rain, which yet again will be doing 2 damage with Funsmith, but as well as the fact that that's a good target mechanic for leveling Ezreal up, which we already know from the past. Like obviously Ezreal in Bilgewater with things like Make It Rain and Riptide Rex was what really helped him out, especially when he went up to being like 10 targets that you had to do. Navigator's in here because Misfortune getting a little bit of scout stuff going on, so that's going to be helping her out there. You could technically run the other scout guy in here as well, or eventually the vulnerable guy, because technically he makes vulnerable, so it's just going to help with Twisted Fate, with Misfortune, sorry, to do some damage to something on the back line, or like something that, like, you know, that you really want to be kind of getting rid of. So potentially you might want to put maybe like a copy or so, but I'm going with this because we're kind of going for a quick cheap deck that's all about like trying to feed as much damage as possible for as cheap as possible. Static Shocks again for draw, as well as the fact that with Funsmith those are 2 damage to 2 opponents, whereas that the targets are helping with Ezreal. And then Zap, just because Zap is nice elusive damage, bit of a tune, as well as the fact that they will be drawing one of these spells, so one of these cheap spells as well, especially considering that a lot of them are kind of like targety spells. Admittedly there is a chance of these 2, but sometimes you might want that draw, or you might need that Jerry just to throw in front of something that needs to you need to defend against. So this is the deck. There was a few different choices, like, you know me, I do normally like to put in at least a progress day, but I haven't for this deck because we are going more quick damage as quickly as possible. There is always the opportunity, which in a deck like this, where you could have put in, it's going to be one of those things where I'm just going to completely forget what the hell I was going to say now, isn't it? You could technically have Teemo in a kind of deck list along these lines, so maybe cut a copy of Ezreal or whatnot to get some Teemo, because again the mushrooms will do additional damage once Teemo levels up. But I feel like that's a different concept you want to go down. Potentially 1 copy of Twisted might be a plan, but like, so get rid of maybe, I kind of want to keep them as is. There's many different ways that you could go about constructing this deck, but this is what I've gone with personally myself. You could, I'm just trying to think like what kind of other damagey spell that you could put in, because obviously these ones can target the Nexus, which is very nice for, like, you know, especially if you do like a kind of like Bernie deck where you're trying to go through and kick ass. it's kind of needed. I mean, you could put some of these guys in so that you create the spells for Ezreal, but honestly, this is what I'm going with. Firstly, or potentially a rally if you wanted to do that, but this is what I'm going with. Anyways, which like, you know, but please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. There's any changes that you would make to this deck. I do like the kind of combination, especially if you can get her, if you can get like her out, him out, Misfortune, and then turn 4 Funsmith, then you're just talking about insane damage going in on those attack turns. So yeah, I do love the concept of this deck, but please let me know, as I said, what you think, whether or not you feel like there needs to be a little bit more draw, whether or not you think that, like, you know, that there's something else that you'd rather throw in its place. As I've already said, I love getting back to the comments. I love watching, like, hearing what all you guys have to say, as well as the fact, shameless plug time, Twitch, Twitter and Instagram. I'm active on Twitch, so if you want to catch me live, want to catch this action live, it's on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, so please feel free to pop by. Deck quests, dueling, whatever the hell you want to do, or just sitting back and watching the madness unfold. Always happy for all of those kind of things, so if you want to get involved with that, please feel free to. There is also a Discord link down below if you want to join. We're building a lovely community of people who love Legends of Runeterra and love games in general and having a good time, so if that sounds like fun, please feel free to join that. There is as well the games night and movie night, which is in the Discord, where I'll be on mic, so if you want to talk to me and that, it's all good on those kind of times. I do have a personal goal, as I've said many times, and we're actually really close to achieving that goal, which is to either get 1,000 subscribers on YouTube or 1,000 followers on Twitch by the end of the year. As I said, we're within 70 on Twitch and we're within 170 on YouTube, so it's actually amazing. And thank you so much to everyone who has supported already. It is amazing that you're helping make this community, make this this curly-haired, mustachioed man's dreams come true. So thank you so much. I just hope that I can live up to continuously trying to entertain you. That's the main thing I want to do, is make sure I'm trying to get the content that you guys want. I mean, if there is any kind of like things you want to see, or if there's anything that you think I could improve on, yet again, please let me know. I do love constructive criticism, in the fact that I want to be giving you guys the best stuff that you want, and I want to be giving you stuff that you want to see. So please let me know any of that, as well as the fact that, yes, if you want to help, please feel free to. Anyway, enough of this jibber jabber. Let's get on and see how this deck does in a couple of matchups. Oh, Vimer! I'm not gonna lie, this is gonna be a hard matchup, because they've got spells as well. I mean, it's more gonna be trying to kill Vi. It's gonna be like, if it comes to, I mean, we shouldn't really be trying to focus on killing. We should be focusing on trying to do as much damage as possible to our opponent, because we're trying to burn through them. Yep, so passing here. Please boom down rookie, or boom down. Okay, right. That's not what I was after, so I'll just go straight in with the attack. 2 damage. Next turn, I'm actually, so we need to bear in mind, obviously, there's always going to be chance of thermal, there's going to be chances of this and that. So that's like the one problem with playing Misfortune, is like the chance that she's probably going to be countered immediately, which as soon as you play her, but still going to go for it anyway. So gonna go with this attack, and then yeah, mystic into him. I mean, obviously there's the chance of like power cascade or something, but then we could just throw in make it rain if we need to. But I don't mind this, like, forcing out a little bit of trading when we can. Could have also thrown Jerry Rig forward to go for an attack. Really, like, Funsmith is what makes this deck, because the second you can get Funsmith and all that damage is just happening, like, more, that's what you're looking for. Okay, so still got that damage. Top decking that damage. We've got good, I mean, obviously thermal. There's always the chance of thermal on Misfortune, but we just need to hope we can get the damage through elsewise. Yep, no. I mean, anytime when that's not, he's going to play Heimer this turn, that's why he doesn't want to do it. He's going to play Heimer this turn, and that's why he doesn't want to do the thermal beam that turn, because he wants to get, yep. So we do this move. Normally I would love to be throwing that kind of damage into their core, because obviously you want to be doing that much damage as quickly as possible, but yeah, no, it's counter. But I still felt like it was legit. Like he's enough of a threat that he deserves to be taken care of. So counts as target as well. Make it rain. Mate is definitely going to hit that. So it's we leave this. See what he does. We could technically throw ourselves in front of that if we really wanted to. Like throw like Jerry or something, but I don't mind taking that damage. So it's always knowing the fact that they're going to have counters to Ezreal, so you've kind of got to be smart about when to play him. I mean, nice that we've got like another kind of Jerry off of that into that. So we can't just throw all this forward. I might actually keep you back on the back bench because you're going to be doing that extra point of damage every single turn, as long as we can keep you there. Obviously, our opponent is definitely running targety stuff, or at least like some kind of removal to be working with Vimer. So, yep, no, they don't want to do anything. So I'm just going to go in with this. Force our opponent down. Forcing our opponent down to 9. Which is something I don't mind at all. Save the spell mana. Saving the spell mana. So he's definitely, I feel, Vi is slowly but surely getting leveled up here. There's also the remembering the fact that this is gonna. Is this the deck that runs Super Perfection? Oh, the heals! The heals! I don't think so. Only something as stupid as me would run Super Perfection, right? Don't worry, we should be fine. I mean, I'm not. I mean, obviously, he's years away from it anyway. If he did, oh, Funsmith. There we go. 1 second, the Funsmith hits the ball. That's when the real fun begins. Okay, what's he getting rid of? Thermal. So he actually got rid of one of his thermals to do that. That's actually quite devastating, really, when you think about it.
Protect the stars.
Just let that damage go in. I can afford to let that damage go in. I could technically use the Make It Rain just to make sure that Ezreal levels up. So we can use the Make It Rain just to make sure that Ezreal is now leveled. I'm not going to play. I want to see whether they use any more mana. There we go. So there's the thermal there. We can now play Ezreal. We can now play Ezreal, and we've got legitimate damage coming at them. Legitimate damage coming at them from the open. We don't have our Funsmith anymore, which is a bit sad. But we do have his significant damage still coming at them. So we could use Get Excited. We've got a Mystic and a Get Excited now that we can use directly in on their face. So this should just be death. This should be death, obviously. You never know, do you? You never know what your opponent's going to throw at you. I mean, he can't. We'll do it bit by bit. I mean, right, so he's going to do. Right, okay, right, solid. I was going to say that he's going to do 2 damage to them anyway, like if we were to target somebody over here, but this is 3 damage. This is already 3 damage. There we go. See, as I said, it's never as simple as it looks, is it? It's never as simple as it looks. But to be fair, that has actually still forced a lot out of them. So all I can do is hope so we can get them down to 3. We can get them down to 3, and then we just have to hope that the gods are on our side when it comes to spells. We've got so many damagey spells. Come on, we've got to get some. Okay, Mystic. Mystic should be death unless he's got like some other heal. This should be dead. I mean, it's a good job we've got that before that hits, because I'm not gonna lie, that would have ruined everything. There we go. There we go. I mean, everything's gone, but just that second too late. Okay, I mean, this is just the standard Karma Go Hard deck. Okay, come on. If we can beat them, like, this has all got to be about beating them fast. If we can beat them fast, then we're laughing. I'm actually gonna keep the Islander. I'm actually gonna keep the Islander. I might end up regretting that decision, but we need to try to beat them fast. Oh, hello there. Good day to you, as we can tell. A man of culture. It's always lovely when you meet a man of culture, right? So, just going to go for the attack forward here, because if we can force the deaths out, before Thresh comes out, at least, like, you know, it's stopping that combo later on, and also we still got damage on their core. So there's a Mystic. Depends on, obviously, what our opponent plays. It's fine, I'll take it. We'll take it. I'm actually going to save this and just go for playing Misfortune next turn. I mean, we could just Jerry and defend, but I'd prefer to keep the spell and leave that for potential top decker rummage. So don't get me wrong, it would have been hilarious if we just gone Jerry, ha, you're spiders. I've met with two Jerry bots, but no, it's fine.
We swim within the flows of magic.
Go like this, because obviously it's just trading away immediately. I'm actually also going to kill this because that's actually a great resource to him in terms of the fact that, like, it just keeps drawing his spells. He's only got 4 cards at this moment in time, so stopping draw is very important to us. And while he can't defend it with Nopa Fire or Deny, it's very important to be stopping that. So potentially just Islander. I mean, we've got a Misfortune move like this, but I feel like Islander. Oh, of course, it's starting to go hard. Starting to go hard on us. You know, I feel like we just Islander because we can get Misfortune close to her level up, but I do feel like she's gonna die before leveling up. I do feel like she's definitely gonna die before leveling up, but I'm happy to attempt. I'm happy to attempt trying to kill our opponent here. So I'm actually just going to go immediately forward because at least she gets that 1 damage in. I do feel like he's going to pick her off, as I said, but we shall see. We can also use the... So this is actually another Misfortune, but for targeting... Misfortune sadly is dead. We could actually just... It's more because of the fact that we can still attack forward again with Misfortune. I was actually honestly thinking about using that for the targets to get rid of the spiders, but because obviously that would have helped Ezreal, but at the same point, sod it, let's just go with this. And even we can throw her forward into this attack because obviously they use so much mana that turn. So forcing out... I mean, the fact that they didn't go for a defensive... I mean, we could have even thrown the Jerrys out if we really wanted to, but as I said, I'm going to leave them for the hope that we top deck a rummage. It might be a bit too... Oh, that's fantastic. I mean... That's less fantastic. That's less fantastic. But I'm actually still going to go for this move. Oh, really, I was really hoping it was going to go for all of the spiders. Going to go for this move here, just because yet again it's helping with the targets. Just let that happen. Sadly, but he definitely grabs Misfortune here. Or at least I feel that he definitely grabs Misfortune. I might be wrong. But we do have Mystic Shot. Oh, he does not grab the Misfortune. Was honestly expecting the Misfortune grab here. Okay, right. We're just gonna leave this, and then we're going to play Ezreal, and we're gonna go for an instant attack forward with Ezreal. Actually, we can go for an instant attack forward with both of them because we do have Mystic Shot to kill this if need be. He could have Deny, he could have all these things, but if we can force those out, I don't mind. Oh, okay, right, so he's just full on just going for it. He's like, no, I don't even care. You can have all the Mystic Shots you want, I don't care. Not gonna lie, I was actually expecting him to throw that in front of it, but I guess it's so close to death. So close to the level up that he kind of does want to keep it back. I mean, damage-wise, but he has... I mean, there's a chance of denies, aren't there? This might end up being the most stupidest thing I've ever done, but I feel like we've got to go for it because we can actually force our opponent down in health so much. I mean, he's deep diving for denies right now. He's deep diving for denies or notifies. So we could actually kill this, or we could do the damage into core and hope that we can find a finisher. I'm actually gonna go for hoping we find a finisher because his late game is superior to our late game. We're never going to have late game like theirs. So we kind of need to kill him as quickly as possible. And so thereby, by doing this, knowing that we've got that kind of spell and that we can technically find other spells if we go for draw and whatnot. Technically, if we would level up Ezreal, we could also just be constantly doing that damage in. But I mean, I'm surprised he didn't go for the Ezreal thing, because I'm just going to let that happen. Okay, so I want to pass. I want to pass because I want to go into that attack turn and go for an open attack.
We'll bring peace to Ionia, whatever the cost.
I mean, I just want to go in for an open attack. I mean, there's still the chance of actually. Do we force out a deny right now? I feel like we go for trying to force a deny. Because if you got it, you got it. If you haven't, you haven't. And we've still got to because yeah, we go. Rather than waste that mana, because we could have also got a bit of draw involved. I mean, yeah, I'm so glad I built that deck, because that deck in the late game is so annoying. So I'm so glad that we've got through that. So there you go. That is the Rain the Pain deck. A lot of damage in there. So it's the Funsmith is actually a lot of fun, living up to their name, which once you can get a Funsmith on the board and increase that damage, it's really good. As well as like all the other spells in it are kind of going for damage. You kind of do want to be trying to force as much of that interface as possible, and leaving the make it rains to kind of level Ezreal. But I do sometimes. It depends on the situation. You need to be very situational of what you do there. But it's a lot of fun to play this kind of a deck in terms of like if you want to play Ezreal and Misfortune together. Please let me know what you think down in the comment section down below. I'm always interested to hear your guys' feedback, so please let me know. There is, as well as I've already said, I stream on Twitch on Mondays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays and Thursdays, so if you want to come catch the action live, please come along, say hello to me. I love it. I love talking to my chat. I love having a good time. I'm loving the community that is being built up, so please feel free to, as well as the fact that if you want to join that community in another way, there is the Discord link down below, as I've already said, where there's a movie night and a games night. Anyway, thank you all so much. Until next time, bye! I said don't you do it! Okay. Is there literally anything that I could draw or that I could get from Flash of Brilliance that could save me? Save me! That doesn't save me? Okay. Is there anything from you? Save me. That doesn't save me! Okay. Get rid of this and get rid of this. Find something that can save me.